Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another movie update. This one's kind of interesting. Birdman. There's a feature film going to come out in 2014, and it's Birdman. I was really surprised about this. I'm not exactly sure if this is the Hanna-Barbera cartoon character or if this is just something else and they were able to get the name. And there's reasons I'm going to talk about that because we've got on-set pictures of Birdman in costume. So, yeah, very interesting and very good cast. It's going to be a comedy, and it is not exactly what you would think. So, let's take a look at the cast and then we'll look at the on-set photos. So, starring in the lead role is Michael Keaton. And basically, the plot of the story is he is a wash up actor who once played an iconic superhero, and he must overcome his ego and his family trouble as he presses to mount a Broadway play in a bid to reclaim past glory. Which is kind of interesting. And the Broadway play is going to be an adaptation of Raymond Carver's What We Talk About When We Talk About Love. So that's the play he's trying to put together. So, yeah. That being said, I, 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 it's an interesting take. So apparently, he played a superhero in the past, and now he's washed up, and he's trying to get back into the business. I'm going to presume he was a television actor, maybe a movie actor, but I'm going to presume it was a television actor that he played the character, kind of a la Adam West in Batman in the 1960s. So, yeah, kind of interesting. Definitely interesting. Let's take a look at the rest of the cast. Emma Stone will play Michael Keaton's daughter in the film. I think it's a good casting. I think they'll work well together. She's a great actress. She's already done a superhero film. Um, very, very funny. I think she'll work well with Michael Keaton. And she's one of those it girls right now, anyway. Ed Norton will also play a role in the film. What his character will be, I'm not sure. But he does comedy. He's already done a superhero movie. You know, he's just a dynamic actor. You can't go wrong with Ed Norton in a film. And it's not a comedy if you don't have Zach Galifianakis in it. So he's absolutely hysterical. I'm sure he's going to be a scene stealer. Not really sure what his character is going to be in the movie, but yeah, definitely going to be funny with him in it. Emma Watts will play a role in the film. Again, not sure who she's going to play, but possibly Michael Keaton's wife or estranged wife, maybe. We'll see. Definitely love her in the films. She's a great actress. Loved her in King Kong, in Peter Jackson's King Kong. Probably one of my favorite films of hers. So I'm really interested to see what she does with this movie. All right, so here we have some on-set shots. Here's Michael Keaton with Birdman behind him. Kind of interesting. Not sure. A lot of these shots show Keaton and Birdman. Obviously, Birdman is not Michael Keaton. I don't know if this is an actor with Michael Keaton. Is he actually there, or is Birdman going to be Keaton's ego that he has to deal with? You know, like he's arguing in his head with. I'm not really sure. But I am kind of digging the costume, definitely. Here's another shot of Mr. Keaton in costume. There was a scene that they filmed just outside of Broadway. Obviously, the actor is trying to get this play on Broadway. Why he's in his underwear, I don't know, but I'm sure it's going to be a very funny scene. Here's a shot of Birdman having a drink while he's taking a break from shooting scenes. Kind of funny. Previous shot with Birdman and Michael Keaton, and Birdman with wings. So I'm wondering if this shot on the right will have CG wings added in, for certain shots. I'm not really sure. But definitely we have the wings over here on the left side, so that's pretty cool. Really digging the costume. It's kind of got a Watchmen look to it. Very interesting. Not quite Birdman. And I'll talk about that here in a minute, but I do like the costume. I think it's a very cool looking superhero costume. Here's a nice full shot of Birdman with wings. Again, very, very cool. Now, the unfortunate thing is, as I look at this, it makes me think we're probably not going to see a Hawkman movie anytime soon from Warner Brothers and DC, because it looks a lot like Hawkman, and I just don't think that they're going to want to try to compete, especially if this movie does any kind of business. I just don't see it happening, and it's probably going to mean we won't see Hawkman in the Justice League film either. Pretty cool shot of the actor in the Birdman costume adjusting the headpiece. Now, if you notice on the left, there's a little piece that's sitting on his gauntlet. Now, in the old Hanna-Barbera cartoon, Birdman had an invisible shield on his left hand, and his right hand he had a laser blaster, kind of like Space Ghost. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if this is based off the Hanna-Barbera property. Is that his blaster? And then his belt, if we look, it's obviously a B for Birdman, but the B is a bird. It's a falcon, which that was his partner, was, you know, his pet bird. I forget the name. If you remember the name of the bird, put it down below. Let me know. I cannot remember for the life of me the name of that hawk. But I wonder if that's kind of the nod to that character, if this is based off the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Here's a shot of the stagehands putting the wings on Birdman, getting him ready for the scene. Pretty cool. Here's a close-up of the mask of Birdman. Here's the side shot. Again, that really reminds me of Hawkman, that mask piece, for sure. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty detailed. Definitely digging it thus far. And here we've got a shot of Birdman walking down the street. Again, I see a lot of the scenes where it looks like they're shooting, but there aren't any wings, and I'm going to presume those are going to be CG'd in. Maybe they're moving around. I don't know. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what happens with the film. All right, I want to come back to this shot for a second, just kind of get the overall look of the character. And obviously at the beginning of the video, I had a picture of one of the opening logos from the old cartoon show, and Birdman was in yellow. I mean, and if you remember Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, he wore a suit. But yeah, he was in yellow. Definitely not this is drastically different style of costume. He looks more like another Hanna-Barbera character, cartoon character. The Blue Falcon. For some reason, it just reminds me of the Blue Falcon. It's got all the colors, the red, the gold, the blue. He's got the bird-like head mask piece going on, even though Falcon's is a little bit different. It's even got the feet like Blue Falcon. So, and it's got the bird on the belt. Just really reminds me of the Blue Falcon. So, this, I think, would actually make a really fun movie as well. I mean, you've got kind of the straight man character and the Blue Falcon himself, a competent superhero, and then Dynamite is pretty much the Inspector Gadget dog that kind of brings the comedy, bungles things up, but somehow they always end up solving the case and catching the villains. So I think this would actually be a really good film. You put a Michael Keaton style Batman costume together along, you know, maybe along the lines of the Birdman look, with a CG Dynamite. I think that would really, really work. So, but yeah, there it is, Birdman, coming out in 2014. Really interested to see more on this film. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think this is going to be a major flop? I personally love seeing Michael Keaton coming back as a superhero after 20 years away from being Batman. It's just really cool to see him kind of come back to that genre. I'm looking forward to seeing if this actually is based off the cartoon property or if this is something totally different. If you know anything, let me know, because a lot of the information on this project is kind of under wraps. I really didn't know this movie was coming out until a few weeks ago, and then it wasn't until today that I found the on-set photos and discovered that they started filming in March this year. So, yeah, there it is. Birdman, coming in 2014. Thanks for watching, guys, and look for more videos in the future.